Our lives are shaped by the way we perceive the world, the way we interpret events, the way we react to obstacles, and the way we define success and failure all stem from our perspective. This is why two people can experience the exact same situation and have completely different reactions. One person may feel defeated while the other sees an opportunity. Once you truly understand the power of perspective, everything in your life begins to shift. Most people believe that success, happiness, and fulfillment are determined by external factors, wealth, education, environment, or even luck. While these things can play a role, they are not the ultimate determining factor in one's life. What truly separates those who thrive from those who struggle is how they choose to see the world. When you understand that perspective is the foundation of your reality, you unlock the ability to reshape your life in ways you never thought possible. Your mind is the lens through which you see the world. Imagine looking at life through a pair of glasses. If those glasses are dirty, scratched, or fogged up, everything you see will be distorted. Similarly, if your mind is clouded by negativity, fear, or limiting beliefs, the way you experience life will be just as distorted. The good news is, just like you can clean a pair of glasses, you can retrain your mind to see things differently. Perspective is everything. The same challenge that one person sees as a disaster, another person sees as an opportunity. The same situation that makes one person feel like a victim empowers another to take action. The difference lies in how they choose to see it. If you train yourself to see every situation through a lens of growth and opportunity, you will find solutions where others see problems. The shift from fixed mindset to growth mindset. One of the biggest perspective shifts you can make in life is moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence, talents, and abilities are set in stone. They see challenges as threats and failures as proof that they are not good enough. This kind of thinking keeps them stuck. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset understand that abilities can be developed, intelligence can expand, and failure is just part of the process. Instead of seeing obstacles as signs to stop, they see them as opportunities to learn and grow. When you adopt a growth mindset, everything changes. You stop fearing failure, you embrace challenges, and you start seeing potential instead of limitations. Your perspective on time determines your success. Another key perspective shift is how you view time. Many people operate with a short-term mindset. They focus only on immediate gratification rather than long-term results. They hesitate to invest in their skills, health, or personal growth because they feel like progress takes too long. But when you shift your mindset to long-term thinking, you realize that time will pass anyway, so you might as well use it wisely. For example, let's say you want to learn a new skill such as coding, writing, or playing an instrument. Many people never start because they think this will take years to master. But whether you start or not, those years will still pass. If you begin today and stay consistent, you will be in a completely different place a year from now. If you don't start, you will be in the same place regretting that you didn't take action earlier. Once you understand this, your approach to time and effort changes completely. Reframing failure and rejection. One of the biggest things that holds people back is fear of failure and rejection. Society teaches us to avoid failure at all costs, making people afraid to take risks. But when you change your perspective on failure, it stops being a roadblock and becomes a stepping stone. Think about the most successful people in the world. Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan. They have all faced massive failures, rejections, and setbacks. But what separates them from the average person is how they viewed those failures. Instead of seeing failure as a sign to quit, they saw it as part of the process. Every failure taught them something valuable. Every setback prepared them for a comeback. Rejection works the same way. Many people are afraid to ask for what they want because they fear being told no. But once you understand that rejection is not personal, and that every no gets you closer to a yes, you start taking more action. You stop fearing rejection and start embracing it as a necessary step to success. The power of gratitude in changing your reality. Another powerful shift in perspective comes from gratitude. Most people focus on what they lack rather than what they have. They compare themselves to others and feel like they are falling behind. This mindset creates stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. But when you shift your focus to what you already have, your entire experience of life changes. Gratitude does not mean ignoring your goals or pretending that everything is perfect. It means appreciating what you have while working for what you want. The simple act of being grateful rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. This makes you more positive, more resilient, and more motivated to keep going. Why perspective is the key to a better life. At the end of the day, life is not about what happens to you. It is about how you interpret what happens to you. Two people can face the same challenge, but one will give up, while the other will use it as fuel to push forward. The difference is in their perspective. Once you truly understand this, everything changes. You stop fearing failure and start embracing it as a lesson. You stop waiting for the perfect time and start taking action now. You stop seeing obstacles as problems and start seeing them as opportunities. You stop comparing yourself to others and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Your perspective is the key to your success. Once you change how you see the world changes for you. People often fall into the trap of waiting for the right time to take action. They convince themselves that conditions need to be perfect before they start pursuing their dreams. This mindset is one of the biggest reasons why so many people remain stuck, never making meaningful progress in their lives. The illusion of waiting for the right time is powerful because it feels logical and responsible. However, it is nothing more than a self-imposed limitation that prevents people from reaching their full potential. One of the biggest reasons people wait is because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty. The mind creates endless scenarios about what could go wrong, making it seem safer to delay action. But the truth is, waiting does not eliminate risk. It only postpones it. The longer someone waits, the more they build up fear in their mind, making it even harder to take the first step. The reality is that the best time to start is almost always before you feel ready. Perfectionism is another common reason people delay taking action. They believe that if they wait a little longer, they will gain more knowledge, develop more skills, or find the perfect moment to start. But perfection is an illusion. There will never be a time when all conditions are perfect. Those who succeed understand that they must begin with what they have, learning and improving along the way. Every great achievement in history started with someone who was willing to take action despite not having everything figured out. The idea of the perfect time is comforting because it allows people to avoid responsibility. It is easier to say, "I'll start when the timing is right," than to admit that the only thing holding them back is themselves. The truth is, action creates clarity. Many people believe they need to have everything planned out before they begin. But real growth comes from experience. Taking action, even imperfect action, provides feedback that helps refine skills and strategies. Another trap people fall into is waiting for motivation. They believe they need to feel inspired before they can take action. However, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. And waiting for it to strike often leads to inaction. The most successful individuals do not rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They understand that action leads to momentum, and momentum fuels motivation. Once someone starts moving, even if they don't feel like it, they begin to build energy, and motivation naturally follows. People often compare themselves to others and believe that they are not ready because they do not have the same level of experience, resources, or talent. This comparison trap is dangerous because it creates a false standard that is impossible to meet. Every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person started from nothing. The difference is that they did not let their lack of experience stop them from starting. They understood that progress comes from action, not from waiting until they feel qualified. The mind loves comfort and predictability. Taking action means stepping into the unknown, which can feel uncomfortable. However, all growth happens outside of the comfort zone. Those who achieve great things in life are the ones who are willing to embrace discomfort. They understand that feeling uncomfortable is not a sign to stop, but a sign that they are growing. The longer someone stays in their comfort zone, the harder it becomes to break free. Regret is one of the most painful emotions a person can experience. When people look back on their lives, they rarely regret the things they tried and failed at. Instead, they regret the things they never had the courage to pursue. Every moment spent waiting is a moment lost forever. Time is the one resource that can never be recovered. No one knows how much time they have, which is why taking action now is so important. People often underestimate the power of small actions. They believe that if they cannot make massive progress immediately, it is not worth starting. This thinking is flawed. Small, consistent actions compound over time. A person who starts today, even with just small steps, will be far ahead of the person who waits for the perfect time. Success is built through daily habits, not through one big moment of inspiration. There is a difference between preparation and procrastination. Many people convince themselves that they are preparing when in reality they are just avoiding action. Researching, planning, and learning are valuable, but they should not become an excuse for inaction. There is a point where preparation must turn into execution. The only way to truly learn is through doing. Real-world experience is the best teacher, and mistakes provide lessons that no amount of preparation can offer. Most people are trapped by the idea that they need to have confidence before they start. They believe that once they feel confident, they will be ready to take action. But confidence is not something that comes before action, it comes as a result of action. The more a person takes action, the more they build skills, experience, and resilience. Confidence grows when a person sees themselves making progress. Every day spent waiting is a day lost. Life moves forward whether a person takes action or not. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is simple. Successful people take action despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty. They understand that waiting for the right time is a trap. The only way to move forward is to start now, with whatever resources, skill, or knowledge they have. The perfect time will never come, but progress will only happen once action is taken. Most people fail to take action because they are trapped in a cycle of hesitation and doubt. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circumstances before making a move. But the truth is, waiting leads to stagnation. The people who achieve great things in life are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who start before they feel ready. Once you understand this, everything changes. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that they need more certainty before taking action. They want guarantees that things will work out, that they will succeed, or that they won't make mistakes. But life doesn't work that way. Success is built on uncertainty. No one knows exactly how things will turn out. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid uncertainty, but the ones who embrace it. They trust themselves to figure things out along the way, rather than waiting for all the answers before starting. Another common reason people wait is because they overthink everything. The mind loves to create obstacles, making simple decisions seem complicated. This is called paralysis by analysis. People think about what could go wrong. They weigh every possible outcome, and they keep going back and forth in their minds. But thinking alone never creates results. only action does. Overthinking is one of the biggest killers of dreams. The longer you think without acting, the more fear builds up in your mind, making it harder to start. The solution? Take imperfect action. Do something, even if it's small. Action leads to clarity, and clarity builds momentum. Another major factor that keeps people stuck is fear of failure. Society conditions people to believe that failure is something to be ashamed of, something to avoid at all costs. But this perspective is completely wrong. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. Every successful person has failed many times before achieving their goals. The difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. They saw it as a learning experience and kept moving forward. When you reframe failure as feedback rather than as a reflection of your worth, you stop being afraid of it. You begin to see it as necessary growth rather than as something to be feared. One of the greatest shifts you can make is understanding that taking action is the only way to gain confidence. Many people think they need to feel confident before they start something new. They believe that once they have more skills, more experience, or more knowledge, they will finally feel ready. But confidence doesn't come from preparation alone. It comes from action. The more you do something, the more confident you become. Think about learning how to drive. At first, you were probably nervous and unsure of yourself. But the more you practiced, the more comfortable you became. The same principle applies to everything in life. Confidence is built through action, not the other way around. People also fail to take action because they are addicted to comfort. The human brain is wired for survival, which means it naturally resists change and discomfort. Doing something new feels risky, so the brain convinces you to stay where you are. But growth only happens outside of your comfort zone. If you always stay in the same place, doing the same things, you will always get the same results. Those who succeed are the ones who push through discomfort, embracing challenges instead of avoiding them. The more you step outside of your comfort zone, the more your brain adapts, making you stronger and more capable over time. Another trap that keeps people stuck is waiting for motivation. Many believe that they need to feel inspired before taking action. They wait for the perfect mood, the right energy, or a sudden spark of motivation. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. If you rely on motivation alone, you will never be consistent. The people who achieve their goals don't wait to feel motivated. They act despite how they feel. They understand that motivation follows action, not the other way around. The simple act of starting creates momentum which fuels motivation. This is why taking the first step is so important. It leads to more action which builds momentum, making it easier to keep going. A huge barrier to action is comparing yourself to others. Many people look at those who have already achieved success and feel discouraged. They think, I'm not as talented, I'm not as smart, I don't have the same resources. But this kind of thinking is completely self-sabotaging. Every successful person started from zero. They were once beginners, just like you. The difference is that they started anyway, even when they weren't ready. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. The only competition that matters is the one with yourself. Focus on progress, not perfection. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is understanding that small actions create massive results over time. Many people believe that if they can't make a huge leap, it's not worth starting at all. But progress doesn't happen overnight. It happens through consistent effort. Think about a single drop of water. One drop might not seem like much, but over time, it can carve through solid rock. The same principle applies to success. Small daily actions repeated consistently lead to extraordinary results over time. If you improve just 1% every day, the compound effect will completely transform your life in a year. Another critical factor in taking action is letting go of the need for approval. Many people hesitate to chase their dreams because they are afraid of what others will think. They worry about being judged, criticized, or ridiculed. But the reality is, no matter what you do, there will always be people who disapprove. You cannot control how others perceive you, but you can control how you respond. If you let the opinions of others dictate your choices, you will never live a life that is true to yourself. The people who achieve great things are the ones who trust their own vision, even when others don't understand it. Another major breakthrough comes when you realize that time is running out. Most people live as if they have unlimited time, but the truth is, life is short. Every day that passes is a day you will never get back. The time to take action is not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. It is right now. Imagine looking back on your life 10 years from now. Would you rather see a story of action, progress, and courage, or a story of hesitation, excuses, and regret? The choice is yours. The final piece of the puzzle is realizing that taking action does not have to be overwhelming. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You just need to take one small step. One decision, one action, one moment of courage can set you on a completely different path. The most successful people are not the ones who make perfect plans, but the ones who start before they feel ready. The perfect time will never come. The only time you have is now. Taking action in life is one of the most crucial aspects of success. Yet so many people remain stuck in hesitation, waiting for the perfect moment. But the truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. Once you realize this, everything changes. You stop waiting for external circumstances to align, and instead you stop creating the conditions for success yourself. Those who achieve their dreams are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who act, adapt, and persist. One of the biggest reasons people hesitate to take action is because they believe they are not ready. They tell themselves they need more time, more experience, more confidence, or more knowledge before they start. But this is an illusion. The greatest secret of success is that no one ever feels fully ready. Even the most accomplished individuals had doubts and fears when they started. The difference is that they took action. Despite those doubts, they understood that readiness is a result of action, not a prerequisite for it. Another major obstacle that holds people back is the fear of failure. Society conditions us to view failure as something negative, as something to be avoided at all costs. But this perspective is completely wrong. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of success. Every successful person has failed many times before achieving their goals. The difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. They used their failures as feedback, as learning experiences, and as stepping stones towards success. The sooner you reframe failure as growth rather than defeat, the sooner you will start making real progress in your life. One of the biggest mindset shifts you can make is understanding that confidence is built through action. Many people believe they need to feel confident before they can take action. They think, once I feel ready, I'll start. But this is completely backward. Confidence does not come from waiting, it comes from doing. The more you take action, the more your confidence grows. Think about learning how to ride a bike. At first, you were probably scared and uncertain. But the more you practiced, the more comfortable you became. The same applies to everything in life. Confidence is earned through action, not through waiting. A key to taking action is understanding that small actions create massive results over time. Many people believe that if they can't make a huge leap, it's not worth starting at all. But progress doesn't happen overnight. It happens through consistent effort. Think about a single drop of water. One drop might not seem like much, but over time it can carve through solid rock. The same principle applies to success. Small daily actions, repeated consistently, lead to extraordinary results over time. If you improve just 1% every day, the compound effect will completely transform your life in a year.